along with understand how those data sources can be connected to Tableau desktop. The session 2 would be we are going to see how the Tableau interface look like, followed by the session 3, which is rock and roll with the basic charts in the Tableau desktop. And the fourth one is a student feedback form in which we provide you a link, and you just need to fill that feedback form, just providing your point of view, how you like this session, and this will help us to improve our future events as well. And last but not the least is a trivia time. So it's a small and fun-loving competition, and don't worry, we are providing a prize for the winner also. Okay, let's start with the session 1. So session 1, as I told, that it's about understanding the data sources and data connections. So what we are going to see the different data sources, and then we are going to see how the Tableau is able to connect with those data sources, which is the very first beginning step of analysis using the Tableau by the speaker, Tableau student ambassador Rupesh Kumar. So Rupesh, the stage is all yours.
Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to the second day of Tableau Student Visa Challenge. But if you don't mind to go back one slide. Welcome to the day 2 of Tableau Student Visa Challenge. So yeah, today we're here to give you a short introduction on what is data sources and what kind of data connections do you need when you use Tableau, as this is the primary, as this is primarily important before you start your analysis, and to understand a bit of also what kind of data sources could be useful for your studies. So moving on to the next slide. Okay, so in Tableau, we have two kind of modes that you can connect your data sources with. Like the data can come from any form. It could come from an Excel file or CSV file, or you could even have an API connectors that could be used for connecting to an external source of data. It could be coming from a live channel of data sources or databases. And yeah, so for this, we need to finally understand a bit of basics on how to connect them. In Tableau, you have two versions to the way you could connect your data with Tableau. One is the live version, the second one is called, or the direct mode, and the second one is the extract version or the extract mode. So that's the connections that you see on the right side. When you connect your data, it often asks you the connection that you want to make while you process your data. So the direct mode is connected directly to the data source. So the advantage is it's fast to put in place, and you don't need to a lot of pipelines, or you don't need to connect in many ways. So it's directly connected to the data source. But the downside is Tableau computes the joins, or if you connect them in a way, if your data source is big, it takes time. So that's a bit of disadvantage. And also another disadvantage is it takes time to, if you put it on your local disk, it takes the processing time from your computer and computer processing as well. So the solution is whenever you can use data direct mode when you have small data source or it's not a complex data set. And extract mode is working with an image of the real data. So you're not often working directly with the data source, but an image, it could be 1,000 or million rows or like 100,000 rows. That's like the maximum you can set. So the good advantage, it takes less time, and it's also processing fast as you might involve yourself in complex analysis or complex joins. And the first extraction, it takes a longer time, but then afterwards it becomes faster. So yeah, it could also work together well with this ETL pipelines. ETL is extract, transform, load softwares like Tableau Prep or JetIQ as well, to name a few. So these are two modes to connect data from Tableau. That's the basics of how we start our analysis. So yeah, now I pass it back to Rod, who's the host of the evening.
Thank you, Rupesh, for explaining how there are different types of data sources, what are the kind of different types of data sources, and how we connect them to the Tableau interface. So as you can see also, when you click on the Tableau icon on the very first pop-up, you will see on the left-hand side there are certain connections. So you can connect your data which is in the Tableau server. You can go for the Tableau Excel file, which could be in the main or in your local system. So, and below that we have the text file, which is basically a common separated values. And apart from that, you can see below we can connect to the multiple servers like MS SQL, Oracle, Amazon Redshift, and list are endless. So thank you, Rupesh, for this introduction. And now we are going for the session 2. The session 2 is all about how Tableau interface looks like. So in this session, Ambassador Yash Sakhuja is going to show you the different slots of the Tableau interfaces, what to connect, what what to click, and what will happen, different functionality of all the tabs. So Yash, over to you.
Thanks, Rohit. Thanks, Rupesh. So once what Rupesh said, once you have connected the data, made it extract or live, whatever your preference is, so then this window pops up. This is a Tableau workbook window where you create your visualizations. So this is what a Tableau interface looks like once you have connected with your data. So except the definitely accept the circles and the numbers that are I've just given that for your understanding. So we'll go right from number 1 up to number 12 at the corner for the show me button. So we'll show you what all these tabs and panes work. And over to number 1. Go to the next slide. So
sure.
Number 1 is the Tableau Ribbon, which is a kind of a common feature for every tool that you have looked at. They all have tabs and ribbons at the top. So it's like a common frame stay. So we have here 11 tabs part of this ribbon, which is file, data, worksheet, as you can see in the list. So what file does, just like other things, file is for opening a new file, closing, creating a new file, importing, exporting files. And when we come to data, it's all about data, importing data, adding a new data source, removing a data source, editing a data connection, and worksheet, dashboard, and story. I'll come to that. Worksheet, dashboard, and story is like a flow, how a Tableau dashboard, how a Tableau visualization flows. And then there is analysis tab, again another powerful tab for your data analytics. And map is also commonly geospatial technologies currently in this current scenario is like growing very thick and fast. So map also comes in handy with a lot of features like background maps, background images, custom geocoding, and all that. That's complex stuff. And we come to formatting. So visualization is all about colors, less colors, more colors, sizes, and everything. So that's where formatting helps you in the level of workbook as well as level of a worksheet. And then server. So to give you an idea about server, we have talked about Tableau Public a lot in the last meet when we met last. So Tableau Public is kind of an external server. It's available for the public. You can upload your Tableau Tableau visualizations to the public for everyone to view. And there can be an internal server within your organization if you're working at where all your organization people who have view or edit access can view your dashboards. So it also protects your data and enables view only to those who should be looking at it. So then we come to window. It's about the Tableau window functions, and then we come to help, which is again as the name suggests, helps you with all your Tableau related problems and connecting with data community and stuff like that. So coming on to the number 2, which is our Tableau toolbar. So typical computer related functions, undo and redo. And just a side note, all the basic computer shortcuts like Control-Z for undo, Control-Y for redo are also applicable in Tableau. And Control-S for save, for saving data, for saving the Tableau workbook, adding data sources, removing sheets, duplicating sheets, clearing sheets contents, sorting, presentation mode. So you can just toggle through your way around the Tableau toolbar. Coming on to the next one, the third one is the data connected sources. So to the next slide, Rohit. So all that connected data sources are available, are visible for you on the extreme left corner. And you can see once you add more sources, they are displayed right below one another. And once you come to, so all the data sources are listed here, all the connected data sources. The next number 4 and 5 are next slide. Yeah, so number 4 and 5, this is how, this all these categories, city, country, region, this is just metadata for your data. So metadata is data about your data. So it's basically the column headers, and which helps you identify a column or a row field. So it's in all these column names, or you can say metadata is divided into two basic parts in Tableau, which is a dimension and a measure. So all the top ones below this line, you can see the number 4 are your dimensions. So dimensions are a qualitative data. So what do you mean by what do I mean by qualitative data? So data that can be categorized, something like names, dates, text, geographical text like names of cities, names of country, regions. So all these are independent variables. So they are not dependent on any other variable, which we'll see. It's the exact opposite case when it comes to measures. So when you see close to number 5, fields like discount, profit, all these numeric fields, quantity, sales, these are quantitative data. So as the name suggests, it's like about the numbers, it's about quantities and not the categories. So they usually contain numeric values. So numeric values can be integer, which is like whole numbers, and can be floating like decimal numbers. They can also be latitudes and longitudes, because latitudes and longitudes are geospatial data for that sake, but they are like coded in floats, so in decimals. So these are dependent variables. So these are usually dependent on other variables on basis of on other variables such as category. So to analyze sales, you need to club it up with years, field like years to see sales over a period of time, or with a category field, so that you see the total sales for that particular category. So that way, these are dependent variables. Now coming on to the next, we see at the left bottom, we see the sheets ribbon. So sheets ribbon is about adding sheets, adding dashboards, adding new stories. So as I said, Tableau workbook is divided into 3 integral parts. These are worksheets, and then multiple worksheets combined to form a dashboard. And then there is a story, multiple worksheets and multiple dashboards combined to form a story. So at the end of the day, story is, what your visualization should portray. So I think that's what story also helps you in. So this sheets ribbon, as I said, helps you navigate through your sheets so that you understand your visualizations, and also the others who are looking at the visualizations understand that. So it's a pretty helpful tab here. And coming on to the next one, which is the 7th, is the pages shelf. So this is quite a unique, element in a Tableau workbook, which is kind of underutilized in a lot of ways, but it helps you to break entire visualization which you have created in a worksheet into number of pages. So into a set of pages, which makes you just better analyze that. So it's I usually call it as story within a worksheet. So it helps you to go through one element of visualization one by one with the help of easy flip through views, which we can see at a later stage in our demo. And coming on to the next one is the filter shelf. So this is like, every visualization kind of has a filter. It's got to have one. It's just like that. So it's one of the most, I would say, utilized feature in a Tableau workbook. So what is a filter? So as a name suggests, you can pull in your measures and dimensions into this filter shelf, and helps you include and exclude data which you want to show or which you do not want to show. So it's just about filtering the data. So it's about when you pour a coffee through a filter, all the coffee goes down, which you like to consume, and all the not consumable stuff just gets filtered out. So that's what happens with data as well. So for example, if you want to show the sales over a period of time just for a particular category of products. For example, you have like 5 categories of products, but you want just to show for home appliances. So you just filter out the data for your home appliances, and that's how a filter works. Just pull the product category measure to the filters shelf, and then just apply the only home appliances category filter. And in Tableau, we have got n number, these types of filters, which are listed on the right of your screen. You can see the topmost, there's an order of precedence in how these filters are applied. So it goes, the topmost precedence is given to extract filters, which are immediately once you extract the data, as Rupesh talked about live and extract data. So when you extract the data, unextracted data is created, and then you can apply these apply these filters right on the extracts. And then comes the data source filters, which are right under the extract filters on the order of precedence, and you can apply that to the extracted or live data once you see the data source. Then comes the context filters. So context filters are something like these are utilized mainly because of the order of precedence. They're higher in the pecking order as compared to dimension filters and measure filters. So these are ones they help you to create an extract within an extract. So once they help you to reduce the data size, so that dimension filters and measure filters are applied right after the context filters and on a small set of data, thereby improving your workbook performance. And then there are also table calc filters and LODs, and on the right you can see fixed, include, and exclude. These are level of details in Tableau, which is kind of advanced Tableau stuff, which we're gonna leave it for later because it's like advanced Tableau. Moving on to the next one, which is number 9. Next slide. Yeah, the mark shelf. So mark shelf is basically about formatting. So it contains functionalities about which helps you to control the formatting of your data and your visualization that you have created in the visualization pane. So it helps you to change the color, change the size, labels, detailed, tooltips, shapes. We're going to learn more about that going forward in the visualizations that we create tomorrow and later today. And now we have the rows and the columns, and which is number 10th, and number 11th, which is the visualization pane, where your magic happens, like where visualizations are created. And for rows and columns, just like data, Tableau helps you to create visualizations with the help of these pills in terms of dimensions and measures, which can be simply dragged and dropped into columns, rows, and visualization pane, and thereby visualizations are created in Tableau, which we are going to learn in the next session. Moving on to the final one, which is the Show Me button. So Show Me is like a blessing for the beginners in Tableau. It helps you to easily create your dashboards, some basic charts. There are 24 charts that it helps you to create basic like line charts, bar charts, area charts, which are like bread and butter for the data visualization developers. So these are typically mostly used charts, which Show Me button gives you, just one click and you can create such charts. And it automatically arranges your pills and columns into rows and helps you to create these visualizations. So moving on to the next, I think this was it from me, and that's end of session 2. And going forward, we'll want to expand more on the Show Me thing. I think over to you, Rohit.
Thank you, Yash. Thank you for this session regarding how the interface looks like of the Tableau, what are the functionality of tabs and the ribbons, and what happens when we click on any particular tabs over there in the Tableau interfaces. And with extent to our previous sessions, our next session is all about rock and roll with the basic charts. So in this session, Ambassador Rupesh Kumar is going to show you how to make the charts on the Tableau desktop. Very simple and very fun loving. So I'm just stopping my sharing, and Rupesh, the stage is all yours.
Everyone, just be patient with me. I'm going to quickly share you Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes, Rupesh.
Yeah.
Okay, so in Tableau, as Yash was saying, there is preset of charts that already exist. But then, of course, like they are predefined charts, but then they are highly customizable. You can change everything in it, and each chart represents certain type of data and certain kind of meaning that you can derive from them. So, for example, I'm working with a data set that is from the Global Superstore, and I'm just going to explain what a bar chart is. I'm sure some of you might have heard about it, but for the ones who don't know, when you want to show distribution, so just one second, I have multiple screens. So yeah, when you want to show distribution of a data point, or if you want to perform like a comparison between like metrics of certain values, and this is when you use a bar chart, and then you can display groups or subgroups based on the data you have. So yeah, like the global superstore data I have, I'm going to quickly show you just to make the bar chart. So let's find profits and let's discover, let's see how much discount was given in the profit. So I just go over here on the maps and I just choose bar chart. Sorry, it might not be the good. Sorry, let's not do profit. I want to see the sales. Sorry, everyone, just 1 second, just bear with me. So yeah, quickly stop to share my screen. Just could you hear me?
Yes, Rupesh, we can hear you.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so I come back to it again. So yeah, I'm working with the global superstore data set. So for just a basic bar chart, so I want to understand the number of the amount of product that was sold, and also to understand also the profits that we made on each product. So if I do that, you see, you just have to drag and drop features that you feel that makes sense for your analysis, and then you would see the result. So over here on the rows, you see sales, and that's the profit that was made on the sales. So yeah, this is basically just a bar chart. So if you want to show distribution of data on point or to understand the performance of certain measures, you do it that way. So pie charts. So pie charts are usually good when it's best when you're trying to work on like a comparison of some sort. So let's see how we could compare pie chart, or we could compare some metrics. So I want to understand the profit. I want to understand how much discount was offered on the profit. So I just drag on the column. Okay, maybe that's not a good example. I'm going to see the quantity of products sold, the sum of the products sold, and the discount that was applied to the product. Okay, not much in the data set.
Rupesh, can you put the region on the angles from your
Try to put a categorical variable on the
category, any dimension? I mean, like a segment or ship mode.
Yeah.
Put that in an angle.
And Rupesh, for the ease for the start, we can just use the show me button, because
Yeah, so let's say, for example, over here, if you see that we want to see the ship mode, you have the sum. Over here, I see the ship mode is standard. So you want to understand some kind of composition between the features. And then you see the second class of ship mode was so much in quantity, and first, and something on the first, and something on the same day. So when you want to show distribution of some composition, this is when you use like a simple pie chart. Otherwise, I mean, it's not useful for many circumstances, but only on this case you use them, but do not use them for other purposes. So now we move on to another type of basic chart, that's the map. So for map, symbol map, you need two features that are really important. One, you need to know the latitude, and the other one, you need to have a longitude. So that's how you plot the map based on latitude and longitude. So I just put latitude in column, longitude on the row. Then I go over here on my markers and I choose the map feature. And then if I want to understand like certain subcat state, I'm gonna put the state, drag and drop on color. I'm gonna filter and then add. So now you see the map. Oh, it's not the okay, first I show you the map quickly. Sorry, everyone, just 1 second. I'm just having some issues on my mapping. Okay, so you just choose the latitude and longitude, and then you should see the map that appears. So if you want to go further into the granularity of understanding where the states are, you just take the states and drop them on column, right, all member states, and then you see the states are in colors. So if you want to understand further, you could click on here. Okay. It's working. So the global, yeah, the global superstore dataset has all like the countries that are mapped. So this is kind of just a bit of basic demonstration of the mapping, but yeah, you could do more with mapping features if you have more variables, and then you could label them and you could use them in a way that it could be useful for your analysis. For example, you could also use multiple maps and change the colors of different features as well. So for example, I want to understand where the shipping came from in different shipping modes. So the first class shipping, which state it came from, the second class, which state it came from. So you already see the power of Tableau using maps. And yeah, there's many things you could do in terms of understanding which states had the fastest delivery, and yeah, other services as well. So yeah, moving on to the next. That will be the end of demonstration, but then in terms of continuing on the presentation part, Ruth, if you don't mind to share. I'll go ahead and share it as well. So yeah, now that you've seen a bit of maps, could you guess what the first one is? If you like to take a guess on your chat. What chart is on the left? Okay, pie chart, perfect. What is the next chart that you see on your, the second next to the pie chart? That's right, is a horizontal bar, the one next to it. Yeah, that's a column chart. Exactly. How about the one below over on your, over here, if you see my pointer? Yeah, it's the radial chart or radar chart. And how about the one on the last over here? Plus, it's not the speedometer or odometer, but it's a good guess. But yeah, it's the gauge chart. It's usually mostly used for measuring KPIs. And how about on over here, on the right, top right? That's right, Tanish, thank you. It's the donut chart. So yeah, that is like a bit of basic charts that we have over here. But also for your, if you'd like to know more on charts and if you want to advance the mastery of charts, there are like many charts, and we have really interesting visualization done by our Zen master, which is Andy Peebles. So this is his tips on the advance of making your charts, and he did it as a like a live session with Tableau. So I also have a link to this. I'm going to share to you over on your chat. So that is that's just for you to know if you want to know advance on charts and if you like to learn tricks and master the charts. So you should definitely encourage everyone to have a look at Andrew People's work. He does a lot of work in his hours and master. And the second one I have is by Kevin Flerang, and he's also another expert in Tableau, and he also provides some interesting charts that are normally not in other areas. So I'm going to put it on the chat. So you have your arc diagram here. There's also the bar in bar chart. There's also the barbell charts. These are interesting charts when you do stock market and stock exchange or predictions. So these two are the links to the charts if you'd like to have a look. And we will also share with you the slides with the link after. So that will be the end of for the description on charts and giving you a bit of basics to get you familiar with Tableau and the charts. So now I pass to our host, Rohit.
Thank you. Thank you, Rupesh, for explaining about the basic charts, and I hope that the students or the audiences got some understanding about how to see and visualize the charts on the Tableau desktop. All right, so it's the end of the session 3. And let's begin with the session 4. So session 4 is student audience feedback form. So I give the link on the chat box about the student feedback form, and quickly I jump to the feedback form so that I can explain to you how it works. So ambassadors, give me a quick signal that you are getting the screen. It's visible to the screen, the feedback form. Rupesh or Yash, are you able to see the screen?
Yeah,
I'm able to see the screen. Yeah.
All right. So guys, this is the Tableau feedback form, and over there you can open this feedback form with your email address, and then you can put your date over here, which is 6th of July, and then you can put your university name. If it's not there, don't worry. Below that, you can put your university name in the form of text by typing over there. Below that, you need to select today's event's ambassadors. So I would say that you must click to my name, that is Rohit Prasad, Ambassador Rupesh Kumar, and Yash Shakuza. So when you click, you will get a right side option over there. Below that, you can write your studies. So you are like bachelor's or master's. in engineering, computer science, information technology, maybe mechanical, maybe data science, or business intelligence, whatever in which field you are. You just write over there as a text format. Below that, you just give us a ranking that how you recommend this event or workshop to your friend. So worst is number 1 and 10 is the best one. And below that, you just rank us like how you satisfied with the sessions, and followed by we just need that your feedback about the content of the events. The next that you have to give us the feedback about the knowledge of the speakers about the topics. The next is you need to rank regarding how the Tableau is useful for your studies. Maybe not for studies, but maybe for your internships or a master thesis or a full-time job which you are about to apply in upcoming days or months. Below that, please share your thoughts about why Tableau would be relevant or helpful for your studies or maybe for your job. And last but not the least, the overall feedback of the event. And then you just click on submit, and your feedback will go to the head of the Tableau Student Ambassador academic department, where they will assess our performance so that we can improve our material and contents for the next upcoming sessions. All right then. Moving to the next slide. That's the end of the session number 4, and the last one is the trivia time. So in this trivia time, Ambassador Yash Shukuja is going to ask you some question in a virtual way, and you have to click on the right answer. So it's a multiple choice question, and it's super fun. And the winner is going to have some kind of prizes from the Tableau community. So Yash Sakuja, I'm stop my sharing, and the stage is all yours.
Thanks, Rohit. Guys, is my screen visible and am I audible? Let me know.
Yes, your screen is visible and you're audible as well.
All right. So I think, guys, I will now share you a link on the chat box, and you can just join this link. This is a trivia link. You can join, and you can join and enter this code, enter your name, and you can participate in this quiz. We have got exciting prizes. Whoever wins this, the top 3. So just join it and let the games begin. We'll give like 5 minutes to, I guess 2 or 3 minutes for everyone to join. Rohit, let me know if you can see the link on the chat box. Awesome.
Yes, I can see the link on the chat box. And I think we have to wait a little bit time. Okay, we are seeing the audiences are coming inside this virtual battlefield, I would say.
All right, so we'll start at 7:40, 7:48 maybe.
Okay, we have 6 counts. Come on, guys. We have a very special prize for you for the winner. So try your luck. Okay, so we have 8 contestants right now.
Wait, give me a signal when I can start, right?
Absolutely.
Sure. Thanks.
And some few students are also coming to our session.
Guys, just let's wait for some more time. I think we just had few joining us. Just wait for maybe 2 minutes to just maybe repeat what we said, just for the ones who joined recently.
Yeah, yes.
Sure. So guys, I've shared you a link on the chat box. Just click on that link, enter your name, and you can start joining this quiz trivia round. And we have exciting prizes in store for you. So start joining.
So we got one more contestant. So we total have 9 contestants right now. And
Can we start?
I think, what do you think, Rupesh?
Yeah, I think we can start now.
All right.
So guys, I'm just going to start. There are 11 questions in all total. I know it's usually 10, but let's try to do a different. So we have just added one more. So 11 questions in all, and let's see who gets it all right. 10, I think 10 seconds for every question. So you have to be fast, 4 options, and yeah, let the games begin. So your timings will also be tested. Yeah. Let's start. So that will be the first question on your screen. Time's up. So hope you guys are ready. Time for the next question. 2 out of 11. Here we go. Time's up. Now we move to the next one. Yeah. Here we go. I guess that was a toughie. That's why like a few added seconds. So let's move to the next one. Yes, we have 5 done now. 6 more to go. Time's up. Next on your screen. Now. Super. So 4 questions left now. We are closing to the end. So here we go. The next one. Time's up. Time's up. So penultimate question of the day. Here we go. On your screen. 3, 2, and 1. Time's up. So the last question. So it's a tight battle till now. So I think this decides a lot. So here we go. Last question. 3, 2, and 1. Another toughie, so extra time for this as well. Three, two, and 1. I think it's end of the question, so let's see the results. So
Who is the winner?
on third, we have Sekad Bhomik with 7540 points. And on second, we have Tanya Das with 7560 points. And the winner with 8280 points, it's Amy Carroll. So congratulations, guys. It was a tough one. And like just 20 points gap between the second and third. So it was a toughie. And hope you guys enjoyed it. Request to all the winners, just kindly give in your emails on chat, name and emails on chat, so that we can send in your Tableau swags and e-learning coupons and your prizes on your mail. So yeah. So is my screen visible? Right?
Yes, your screen is visible.
Awesome.
So is it for top 3 or the first participant?
It's for the top 3. So,
Okay.
yeah. So do you want me to announce the results again? Here's the leaderboard is on your screen. So you can check. Sekad Bhomik on third with 7540 points. Tanya Das on second with 7560 points. And winner Amy Carroll with 8280 points. Got 90% of the questions right. So that's it from our side. I think so what are we without analytics, right? So just see quiz highlights. The toughest question was question number 9, which only 5 out of you 10 guys answered right. So longest you took was for the 9th questions as well, which was a toughie. And the average time taken per question was 22 seconds. And the class answered 65% of questions correctly. So pretty good average, over 50%. So yeah, that was analytics from our side for today. And over to you, Rohit. I'll stop my sharing.
All right. So thank you, Ambassador Yash, and many congratulations to Amy, Tanya, and Saikeet for winning this competition. I hope that everyone enjoyed this particular event. In the chat box, all the 3 winners, kindly provide your email address. I send you my Gmail address so that we can communicate further on, and we provide you the prizes later after this event. And that's the end of the session number 5. Okay, so what next? So next is tomorrow. We have Tableau on hands-on Tableau session, which is on tomorrow. That is 7th of July. And after that, we have a submission deadline for the Tableau Viz challenge. I hope everybody got the data set for this challenge, and they know all the rules for the challenge. And on 26th of July, we have a feedback session by all our 3 judges, and we will announce the prizes for the winners. All right, so before ending of this session, let me explain you what we are going to do tomorrow, that is hands-on Tableau. So at 7 p.m. as per the Indian time, we are having a business case sales analysis, which will be conducted by me. And after that, another session is You Are Busted. And for both the sessions, I request Ambassador Yash to please provide the Google Drive link so that the audience will download the data set beforehand, so that they can use those data set while doing the application of Tableau analysis. And the last one is a Tableau escape room, which is basically how to use the dashboard, and it's a very fun game. So we are going to do that tomorrow. So that's the end of the days, guys. I hope you really liked it and enjoy it. And the most important thing, you learned at least something about the Tableau desktop as a software. So thank you very much. You guys are really amazing. Keep analyzing, and we will love to see you in less than 24 hours. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Rohit. I'd like to add something. If you have any questions for us, for Bhupesh, for me, for Rohit, you can just let us know. We are we'll be in the chat. And also, it's gonna get the the level of Vizing is gonna get tuned up a bit from tomorrow, because we're gonna solve case studies. And before that, if you want, we suggest you have a look at our data. I've shared you the Drive link, and just try to familiarize yourself with the data, so it will help you understanding stuff tomorrow. So I think, yeah, that's the one input I have right now today. And see you guys tomorrow, as Rohit said, in less than 24 hours.
And guys, don't forget to download the link. In the Ambassador just put on the chat box the Google Drive link, where you find both the data sets for both the first two sessions. So I hope that you guys will come, and let's enjoy and learn the Tableau analysis tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Yes, we have Zoom session on July 20 as well. Abhilash.
No, we don't have.
I think we have.
July 20th is the deadline for submitting your visualizations. We have a Zoom session for feedbacks on 26th. 26.
Okay.
And also, guys, there was one problem before the start of this event. I guess all of you guys haven't registered for all of the events. So we have different splash pages for different events for different days. So it will be better if you guys registered in all of them, whichever you want to attend, because that way links are really delivered to those who have RSVP'd for that particular events. So that can be, that was a kind of a problem before the start of today's event. So I'd like you to keep that in mind for tomorrow's event as well as for the 26th.
So Adil and Abhilash, every session will be recorded, including this one, and we will provide you the recorded session after the events get finished. So that will be like after